My name is Kala, Arvind Kala. About Arvind Kejriwal, I have always been appalled at how underestimated he has been as a political leader. This is because our opinion makers and so called intellectuals are incapable of critical thinking. They'll know the politics of Nicaragua, but they won't know if their own trousers catch fire. Now, about Arvind Kejriwal, let me make one or two comments. You see, he's the only regional leader in India who's conquered two states, Delhi and Punjab, and with huge majorities, trouncing the opposition. Now, no other regional leader has done that. And India consists of regional leaders, whether you take the biggest states, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, etc., everywhere, the regional leaders were Stalin and Badal and Naveen Patnaik and Mamta and Lalu and Akhilesh Yadav and etc. etc. So Kejriwal is the only one. Now forget Delhi and Punjab. Let's look at distant Goa and distant Gujarat. Do you know Delhi is a little tiny dot far up in the north, and you know how Aam Aadmi Party and Kejriwal fared in the Gujarat election, last election? They got 13% of the vote. That's pretty damn good. That's around 1 in 9 Gujaratis voting for Kejriwal from a distant state. And they got 5 MLAs. In Goa also they made inroads. So Kejriwal is looked at nationally in a way other regional leaders are not looked at. He's looked at as a future. The reason is that that's really true. It's a saying it's a trite saying. You can't stop an idea whose time has come. So there's a lot of churning in India. Half of India is below 27, and there's a lot they see that they don't like, and Kejriwal is actually seen as an honest politician and as a chap who's not on the take. No other chief minister says that. Now, no matter what people, what scam, etc., nothing has ever been unearthed. No MLA of his has ever been convicted. Now, I'll tell you little things about the guy that he's done. Now, I'll tell you about Punjab. Within 10 days of Bhagwant Mann becoming chief minister, he reduced MLA pensions, MLA pensions. The MLAs of Punjab, who 6 times, 8 times MLA, their pensions used to be lifelong pensions, used to be 3.5 lakhs, 4.5 lakhs, like that. He made it one pension. Chaps were getting 4 lakhs. For serving 6 terms, 7 terms. He's the only politician in India who has cut the perks of politicians. Now, I saw him in action in Delhi. I'm a part-time resident of Delhi, actually a part-time resident, and I saw when he came to power. Immediately, he did what he said this first or second day. He didn't charge for the first 200 units of the electricity, and he gave free water, and later on he gave free bus travel to women, and I saw the immediate benefit. You see, a place like Delhi, it's got an elite, and he's got 50% of the women working in slums, and they take buses, and they used to. So he's done. There was no water in slums, and I saw him. I said tankers used to move around during Sheila Dikshit's time, selling water, government water to private parties. Now, this fellow, he laid out the same tankers, and he gave slum colonies. So the guy has a tremendous future. And let's also not forget his comparatively young age. He's just 54 or so. And have you ever, so he sets standards that other peoples don't. By the way, before somebody thinks that I have any interest in Kejriwal, I just see it as a journalist. I have always watched, been a spectator and onlooker of goings on. It's very immersing, whether it's the world or so I can see Kejriwal only in that context. In the context of the information he gives me and what I glean from that and what I share with some of you. So that is what it is. Now, Kejriwal is the only politician who also said that governments have enough money. They don't spend it on you, they spend it on themselves. He's another fellow. I remember a comment that he made. He said. Somebody asked him how much does it cost to subsidize women's free travel. He says 130 crores. So then he said, the Gujarat chief minister, he bought a plane for himself for 130 crores. So I've not bought a plane, I've just given it to that. So he's an IIT guy. He quit income tax. Income tax officers in India, they don't get money in envelopes, they get money in sackfuls. So he's from the IIT. His wife was in some income tax or something like that. His own child, he's never mentions it. He's an IIT. Amit Shah's son has become one of the most powerful cricket figures by BCCI with a salary of probably 5 crores or something, and perks, etc. Huge perks. I mean, he hands out perks like 5 crores to you, 5 crores to you for winning a test match. That's what he is, because he couldn't get into IIT, na. So Kejriwal is huge, and he's an educated guy, and there are people who in our wretched India also, who have a certain, who dedicate their lives to that. And I'm not going to apologize. He's also very foolish in the sense that he's chose Rajya Sabha MPs, so he got them elected, and not one of them has stood by his side. That Harbhajan Singh, not a word. Sichewala and Swati Male was an Astin ka Saap. In English, for people who don't know Hindi, it means a snake, a cobra, which nestles inside your coat sleeve and bites you at one time, suddenly out of the blue. So that is what it is. He's a poor judge that way. So Kejriwal is very different. People underestimated him. You can kill the guy, but you can't subdue him. So there are people like that. After all, Nehru spent 14 years in jail. Mandela spent 27 years in jail. Has Modi ever spent a day in jail? And Kejriwal, what he said about, which was absolutely audacious, when he came to power in 2014, he called Modi a coward and a psychopath. A psychopath means an antisocial person capable of violence. Like that, he could do things like that, Kejriwal. So he's a very significant figure, my friends. And I'm an absolutely impartial guy. I don't give a damn. I just have a good time, and that's all. And I look at the world and I comment on it. And I have you unfortunate victims also. So, well, friends, if you like this video, please forward it to everybody you know. So see you later, alligator.